All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's go racing from Motegi, Japan. Patrick Pieper, Justin Swafford on the front row, Clay Kirchenbauer, Richie Joplin on the second row, Blakey Pooh, Snickerdoodle Boo Boo, and Colby Whipple on the third row. Cody Kennedy, Tyler Ott on the fourth row, Edmund Jones, Trevor Sotheby round out your top 10. Mike Brown is in 11th, Austin Ruskoff in 12th. If I'm mispronouncing that, feel free to correct me. Ryan McDaniel starts 13th, Hewitt in 14th, and Newbie rounds out the 15-car field in Japan. I hope so too, Tina. I feel like every time I talk to him within 5 laps, talk about him within 5 laps, it all goes wrong. All the drivers taking to the track. Hey, good evening, Jeremy Root. Sorry you are not here tonight. Hey, good evening, Kirk, cheering on Cody Kennedy here tonight. All the drivers stacking up in 1 and 2. A lot of things will affect tonight's race. There is the question of fuel mileage. There is the extreme tire wear. Track temperature has gone up dramatically from practice. Now up to 81 degrees, that will have an impact on the tire wear as well. There's pit road entry, and we haven't talked about this yet, but as tire wear starts to have an effect on the cars, we will start seeing some shifting through 3 and 4. That could have an impact. A lot of times you downshift one of these cars at the wrong moment, the back end just steps out. Here we go, pace car is in. They fire, green flag is in the air. Nowski goes to Japan for the first time ever. Pieper out front already. A lot of single file quickly into 1 and 2. The big question being, how much drifting will we see in 3 and 4? Definitely saw quite a bit on cold tires during practice. Swafford now sits in second place. Round the back bumper of Patrick Pieper. Cody Kennedy up 1 spot, now into 6th. No big movers yet. The drivers did expect if they make this through the first 5 laps without a caution, this could be a very long green flag race. A lot of them talking about the fact this could spread out like Indy. And some of that's already playing out. Cody Kennedy in 6th. Now almost a second ahead of Edmund Jones in 7th as Ott goes to the high side. This definitely is a multi-groove track, especially through 1 and 2. There are so many different lines these drivers can take, and you see the track is over 5 lanes wide. Hey, good evening, Paulo Anacito. How are you, buddy? Clay Kirchenbauer in 3rd, set the fastest lap. We'll see about 1 more lap of fast lap times, and then these times are going to start falling off quickly. Clay is known for his tire conservation, but even he was complaining about the fall off being so dramatic even after 10 laps. And a challenge for the lead. Swafford to the high side. Cannot clear out of turn 2. Looks like some close calls out of 1 and 2 up by the wall. Trevor Sotheby on his move toward the front, now 2 spots into 8th. Edmund Jones has drifted back several positions to 10th now. Defending champ Blakey Pooch Snickerdoodle Boo Boo currently sits in 5th. Blake just sitting in the draft for the moment. Looks like these 3 cars are working together. Clay, Richie, and Blake trying to get back up to the lead too. Tina, yes he is. Top 5 on a bit of a breakaway. Cody Kennedy 1 second behind in 6th. Tyler Ott back in 7th, 1.3 seconds back. Tina, you're definitely right. It definitely does. Trevor Sotheby now up in the 9th. Mike Brown in 10th. Edmund Jones continuing to slip back. He lost a lot of momentum early in the race. Has been unable to reclaim it. Patrick Pieper has a new ride tonight as he continues to lead, but Swafford still right on his bumper. His second pack, though, has started closing back up. Blake Kirchenbauer now just half a second behind with Richie Joplin and Blakey Poop. Cody Kennedy is also starting to reel in the leaders at the moment. Looks like Clay taking the high. Oh, Clay kissed the wall. Clay sliding back down into 4th. Blake in 5th. Kennedy in 6th. Continuing to reel in the top 5. Tyler Ott in 7th, about 1.5 seconds back. Colby Whipple, Trevor Sotheby now battling for 8th. At the moment, Whipple has it, but Sotheby has been moving forward since the drop of the green flag. Mike Brown also has started moving forward. He is up into the top 10. Brian Hewitt now up to 13th. The other guy at 14th, and Newbie did not start the race. Also the rookie here tonight, Austin Ruskoff, is back in 12th. Imagine your rookie race with a group being at the Motegi Oval. That's not the way I would want to start my career with a new league. Looks like Blake kissed the wall that time out of turn 2. Already seeing quite a few drivers clip that wall coming out of turn 2 right before that safer barrier ends. Cody Kennedy still lurking about a second back. And it looks like the battle for the lead is heating up once again. Swafford made a look to the high side. Now he's going to look to the bottom. Swafford to the bottom in turn 3. Can he make it stick? He does. And starts pulling away immediately. Richie Joplin, Clay Kirchenbauer, and Blake all nose to tail. Let's take a lap around with Blake and see all the different lines these guys are using here tonight. Out of turn 2, and you see fighting the wheel all the way around. Down into turn 3, the car definitely a lot tighter. It's a lot tighter turn. They are out of the gas a lot through 3 and 4. Everybody back single file through 1 and 2. We'll see if anybody gets the wall this time. Nope, but man, Blake is really having to fight the loose handling off of turn 2, and I'm guessing the rest of the field is as well. Richie Joplin sits back in third, starting to look underneath Pieper. Trevor Sotheby has gone to pit road unexpectedly. Taking a quick look, we'll see if he takes tires here. He is, nope, right sides are up. He is taking tires. There are some tracks out there you can pull off short pitting and make it work to your advantage. The drivers are already losing a second a lap since the start of this race. Swafford's fastest lap, a 36.41, last time by 37.45. We knew tire fall off was going to be dramatic here. Of course, two ends of the track, two different radiuses to the turn, same amount of banking, 17.6 degrees, both ends of the track, but that tighter turn through 3 and 4 is going to wear out the right front. And as we've seen all night long, coming out of turn 2, that right rear is getting a workout. Trevor Sotheby still, as he sits on pit road, is wanting to cancel Colby Whipple for coming up with this crazy idea. Meanwhile, Richie Joplin went to second. Pieper sits in third. Clay Kirchenmauer still lurks in fourth. Blakey Poo has dropped back a little bit into fifth. So, Trevor, what happened to the car? Are you getting back out? Meanwhile, Swafford has opened up a 1 second lead. Richie Joplin holding on to second, Pieper in third, Clay in fourth, Blake drifting back, but Cody Kennedy now drifted back into Tyler Ott's clutches. Edmund Jones is starting to rebound a little bit, now up to 8th. I am so sorry to hear that, Trevor. Mike Brown now up into 9th. Colby Whipple in 10th. As the field begins to spread out here, we will see pit stops within the next 20 laps. The driver saying 32 to 37 laps is about the fuel window. Most of them saying 34, 35 being optimal. And Richie Joplin is now reeling in the leader, has pulled away from Clay Kirchenbauer as Tyler Ott and Cody Kennedy battle for 6th. Trevor Sotheby is back out on track. Several laps down, but with those fresh tires, is the fastest car. Cody Kennedy, Tyler Ott still side by side. Edmund Jones trying to recover from a rough start as they battle, is closing in, but he is 10 seconds back. He's got a lot of ground to cover. Oh! Tyler Ott moves to 6th. Cody Kennedy gave that wall a lot more than a kiss that time. Justin Swafford's lead, holding about 9/10 of a second over Richie. Richie opening up a small gap between him and Clay. Another gap between Clay and Patrick Pieper. Blake back in 5th, quite a ways back. Ott sits in 6th, Kennedy in 7th. Colby Whipple trying to fight his way back has now taken 8th place from Edmund, and Edmund falling back again. This track definitely about the momentum, and when you lose that momentum, as we've seen here with Edmund Jones, you lose that momentum, you fall back quickly. Edmund was working his way up through the field in the early laps, but drifted way back, fought his way back to 8th, now has fallen back to 11th. Tyler Ott has now checked out from Cody Kennedy. Colby Whipple moved into 8th, but Whipple's still 10 seconds behind Kennedy. However, he's got the rookie Austin Ruskoff in 9th, and Austin the biggest mover so far tonight. He is up 3 spots into 9th. Hey, good evening, Pete. How are you? Blake is in. This is early. Blake giving up 5th place to come to pit road. Do we see the driver start short pitting here? None of the top 3 are in. Pieper is not coming in. And once we see as Blake comes off pit road now, he will go a lap down, should be able to recover quickly. We'll keep an eye on this pack because we'll have to watch their pit road entry. We mentioned it during the pre-race. It is very tricky getting to pit road here. Most of the drivers saying under green flag conditions, they'll have to start slowing down in turn 3 to get it woed up. It's easy to get down to pit road speed here, but it's very difficult to get to pit road clean. Colby Whipple to the high side. Austin Ruskoff into 7th, up 5 spots. Mike Brown following him through. Mike now up 3 spots into 8th. Tyler Ott also moving forward, up 3 spots into the top 5. And Austin has checked out from that group he's been battling. Meanwhile, Edmund Jones found the momentum again as he shoots back underneath Mike. Richie Joplin, Clay Kirchenbauer now battle for second place. Clay is definitely known for conserving tires. That may be what we're seeing here. Clay just doing a slightly better job of keeping those tires good longer, moving back into second. Edmund Jones has definitely found the momentum again as he has run down Austin Ruskoff. Mike Brown now back to 9th, Whipple in 10th, but Whipple looking underneath Mike Brown through 1 and 2. Starting to get within the pit window here. Looks like Ruskoff is sending it too deep into 3. Clay Kirchenbauer is... No, I'm sorry. Colby Whipple and Brian Hewitt are in. As Edmund Jones moves back into 7th. You know, we need to get Brandon Springer from BRR to come run a race just so we'd have peanut butter and jelly on track together again. Colby Whipple on his way back out. Swafford headed in. Clay is headed in. Richie Joplin is headed in. Here comes Patrick Pieper. Cody Kennedy stays out. Tyler Ott stays out. Edmund Jones is going to stay out. Let's keep an eye on Tyler Ott, who has led a lap now. Ott down through 3 and 4. Will he make that hard left turn here? No, he doesn't. Cody Kennedy did. He is on pit road. Edmund Jones is going to stay out. Here comes Mike Brown. Austin Ruskoff stays out. Hey, thanks for that, DJ. You know Richie's like 2 years younger than me. There we go. Tyler Ott gives up the lead. He is on pit road. Edmund Jones looked like he was aiming for pit road and missed it. Edmund Jones and Austin Ruskoff, the only two that have not been to pit road. Here they come. Clay Kirchenbauer appears to have won the race off pit road. Will he get around in time to claim the lead? Clay Kirchenbauer goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Swarovski in second, Richie Joplin in third. Tyler Ott has had a problem. There's Tyler into 3 and 4. Fresh tires on that car. It snaps loose. Motegi Drifting by Tyler Ott. He does get the car back out on track without any problems. Swafford still within striking distance of Clay. Richie Joplin now 1.5 seconds back. Pieper in fourth, 3.5 seconds back. Blake in fifth, almost 5 seconds behind. Cody Kennedy in sixth. Colby Whipple in seventh. Tyler Ott in eighth. Edmond in ninth. Mike Brown in 10th. The rookie Austin Ruskov currently runs in 11th. That guy runs in 12th. Hewitt currently in 13th and Trevor Sotheby in 14th. Brandon Newby was supposed to start the race, but he got scared. Swafford all over the bumper of Clay Kirchenbauer, but on that long run we saw Clay was reeling him in. Can he keep Swafford behind him until the tire wear really starts to become an issue they have to work on? Doesn't look like he is going to fight Swafford too hard here. Swafford goes back to the lead. Can Clay keep him in striking distance? Hey, good evening, David. Cody Kennedy going by Blakey Pooh Snickerdoodle Boo Boo. Kennedy now to fifth. I am slightly disappointed because the name of this race is, of course, the Slow and the Stupid Motegi Drift. We've only seen one drift all night. Well, in the race, obviously, we saw quite a bit of drifting in practice, but only one race drift so far. Now that they have some heat in those tires, it's likely we're not going to see any more until the next tire stop. Most of those drivers stopped on lap 32. A few stopped on 30. A few stopped on 35. Of course, Blake short pitted on lap 25. And if this continues to stay green, no telling what'll happen here. Currently, 11 cars on the lead lap. Austin Ruskov is in 11th, the last car on the lead lap. He was moving through the field earlier on in the race. Lost some ground, obviously, on pit road. Looks like pit road time was a little bit longer than most of the field. Swafford coming by Brian Hewitt to put him another lap down. Clay up less than a second back in second place, still staying within striking distance. Blake, I have a message from Robert Winger. He said, turn left and the gas is the pedal on the right, buddy. You got to send it. Richie Joplin in third is closed back up on Clay Kirchenbauer. Patrick Pieper in fourth. Oh! Blake has had a problem. Cody Kennedy coming by Blake through out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Looks like he was already missing part of the back end there. You can see the car twitching around. And definitely slow out there. Blake down on the bottom, not sure when his problems started here. He obviously had backed it into the wall at some point. And Blake is on pit road. Now Blake was missing his back end at that point. And not sure when he lost his back end, to be honest, but obviously it is having a dramatic effect on the car. That is a distinct possibility, DJ. And it looks like Blake may have just retired. We'll wait to get confirmation. Problem apparently started on lap 31 and ended on lap 44 in turn 1. Justin Swafford still has the lead. Clay in second, Richie in third, Pieper in fourth. Cody Kennedy currently running in fifth. Tyler Ott sixth. Edmund Jones now back up to seventh. Mike Brown in eighth. Austin Ruskoff in ninth. Colby Whipple now up to 10th. That guy in 11th. Brian Hewitt in 12th. Trevor Sotheby 13th. Now Blake out of the race. Jason, apparently you're right. Blakey Poo got hit with the radiator hose. Swafford, though, in the lead, is starting to run down the back half of the field as Colby Whipple is about a straightaway ahead. Oh, Clay got the wall out of 2. Richie Joplin goes by on the high side. Oh, Clay really got the wall there. Lost a ton of momentum. Likely took some damage to the back of that car. Clay still holding on to the Richie Joplin, staying in the draft for the moment. See if we can get a look at the right side of that car. Everything seems to be straight and in one piece. Got lucky he hit on the safer barrier, and it appears to have saved the car. Well, Blake, at least somebody drifted. Swafford is starting to pull away again. We saw him pulling away in that first run after he took the lead. His lead now 1.5 seconds over Richie Joplin. Clay sitting in third as they go by Colby Whipple and now set their sights on the rookie in 9th place. Austin Ruskoff, though, is closing in on Mike Brown in 8th. About 0.7 of a second as Edmund Jones and Tyler Ott battle for 6th. Looks like Edmund's going to come out on top of that. Trevor Sotheby is on pit road. No, wait a minute. Sotheby in the 47. Comes down pit road, 4 tires and fuel. Looked like there might have been a problem on his pit road entry. That was not the case. Richie Joplin losing ground quickly. Now Swafford has a 2-second lead. Clay losing ground to Richie, now 1.25 seconds back. Patrick Pieper sits in 4th, 8.5 seconds back. Cody Kennedy 4 seconds back from Pieper. He is the only one in the top 5 right now, reeling in the car ahead. Edmund Jones currently sits in 6th, but he is 10 seconds back. Tyler Ott still within striking distance in 7th. Mike Brown in 8th. Ruskoff in 9th. Austin in that 88 has had an impressive rookie start here tonight. He has kept it clean, most importantly, keeping from interfering or causing any issues. But he has passed several fast cars throughout the night, and the fact that he has run down Mike Brown from several seconds back is definitely a testament to the speed that car has. Could be interesting to see how Austin does the remainder of this season. Swafford's lead is growing rapidly, now 2.8 seconds. Just shy of the halfway point. Swafford has now led the most laps. Continues to pull away, and as this field stays out, it's getting more and more likely that we are going to see this go green to the end. I do believe if they make it green to checkered, it would be the first time in Nowski history that one of their races went green to checkered without a caution. Colby Whipple is on pit road. This is within the window. This could be the first of the second round of green flag stops. Yeah, you're right, Jason. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. DJ, that's actually based on the lap times we're seeing here. Richie Joplin or Clay Kirchenbauer could short pit by just a few laps. And as long as they had a good pit stop, got on and off pit road as quickly as possible without a penalty, they could make up some ground on Swafford. But right now, Swafford checking out. His lead now 3.7 seconds and growing. Clay Kirchenbauer in third is starting to reel in Richie Joplin. Clay now just 1.25 seconds back and gaining. Cody Kennedy is also back in fifth, but he is reeling in Patrick Pieper as that guy is on pit road. Jason, if I am, it definitely will be. Cody Kennedy now within a second of Patrick Pieper. Cody, another one of those drivers that on old tires continues to move forward. Austin Hates came into tonight with the points lead, but Austin not in the field, will be using it as a drop race. Richie Joplin came in second, Clay Kirchenbauer in third, Jeremy Root was fourth in points after his big win last week. Kirk Marble came in tonight fifth in points. He will also be using a drop race. As will DJ the Iceman Kenner and Jacob Morgan. So a lot of top 10 drivers, and the leaders are in. Swafford's in, Richie is in, Cody is in, or Cody stays out, Pieper is in. Edmund Jones, Tyler Ott both stayed out a couple of extra laps last time. They are staying out a little bit longer here. Will that 2 extra laps per stop pay off here tonight. Likely we're going to see 2 more stops before the night is out based on the current numbers. Cody Kennedy now on pit road. Actually, I'm sitting here doing some rough math, and Tyler on Edmund Jones, if they stay on this track, they will not have to make that final stop. Justin Swafford can do it on 3 stops, but that last run is going to be very, very close on fuel. Mike Brown has had a problem. Looks like coming down the back straightaway, setting up into turn 3. Mike had just completed his pit stop, and there it is, Motegi Drifting. Probably the best drift we have seen tonight. Does get it back up on track and rolling. Tyler Ott is now on pit road. Edmund Jones looks like is the Austin Ruskoff also has been stretching the fuel back in third. Edmund is in. Austin looks like he is going to go another lap. Meanwhile, Swafford has already reclaimed the lead. Based on these numbers, these drivers will all pit around lap 99. That first group that came in, that's going to put them running 32, 33-ish laps to the finish. They will be very, very close on fuel versus guys like Edmund Jones, Austin Ruskoff. Oh, Austin comes to pit road, but it looks like he had a problem. Austin up on the high side, out of turn 4. Oh, he completely missed the entry, had to drop it way down. Gets it in, gets it woed up, and onto pit road. Now the pit stops are completed. Swafford back in the lead. 4.8 seconds over Richie Joplin. Clay Kirschenbauer 5 seconds back in third. Patrick Pieper 11.5 seconds back in fourth. Cody Kennedy in fifth, about 4 seconds back behind Pieper. Keep an eye on that distance, folks. It's going to go away quick. Tyler Ott holds on to 6th with Edmund on his bumper in 7th. Colby currently in 8th. Austin Ruskoff now in 9th. Mike Brown back in 10th. That guy in 11th. Sotheby in 12th and Hewitt in 13th. Only 7 cars left on the lead lap, and Swafford is about to pass 2 of them. Edmund Jones and Tyler Hunt just ahead. Swafford's biggest concern now is these lap cars, especially ones like Jones and Ott, who are battling for position. Speaking of battling for position, Cody Kennedy now 3 1/4 seconds back from Patrick Pieper. He is closing in dramatically fast. Last time by, he was half a second faster. This time by, he was a second faster than Patrick Pieper. Justin Swafford's lead over Richie, now 5 seconds. Richie has pulled out a 7-second lead on Clay. Pieper is starting to gain ground on Clay Kirchenbauer. Clay has been in the top 3 all night, started in 3rd, but he is suddenly losing a ton of ground. Last time by, Pieper was half a second faster. Austin Ruskov has now moved up into 8th, having passed Mike Brown and Colby Whipple. The rookie doing really well tonight, especially against 2 Nowski veterans like Mike Brown and Colby Whipple. Pieper in 4th, continues to close in on Clay Kirchenbauer. Now coming up behind Whipple. That'll give him a little bit of drafting help. Clay, meanwhile, all alone out there on track. Cody Kennedy is still gaining on Pieper as well. However, not as dramatically as before. The gap now down to 3 seconds. He's still a 1/4 of a second a lap or more faster than Pieper. We talked about how tough this track is on tires. Remember, it has the same layout as Darlington or Gateway, the egg shape. 3 and 4 really wearing those the right front out. 1 and 2 really wearing out that right rear. The fall off has been dramatic. Swafford last pitted 16 laps ago. His car a full second slower. Really impressive run considering he is hindered by having a Ford. Blake, that's a very distinct possibility. I fully expect to see your name change back next week, and maybe you get back to victory lane. Blake Viken 13th in points with 3 DNFs this season since changing his name to Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo. Likely to see that name change back to Blake Viken next week and see him back in victory lane. Hey, always airballing. How you doing? All right, Clay Kirchenbauer has said he is willing to do a green flag interview. Let's see how he's doing in the car. Clay, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
Hey, first off, thanks for joining us. And, man, it seems like the car is really good for a few laps, and then it really goes away.
Yeah, and that's my fault, Doug. I did a really good job the first run, saving tires, and I short pitted everybody a lap, which is what I usually try to do. And I let Swafford go when he got back to me, and then I got up underneath his, maybe 2/10 behind him off of 2, and it just got so tight, and I slapped the wall, and I got 2 minutes of damage, so I'm just trying to salvage what I can here.
Well, a good salvage so far. You still got quite a gap on Patrick Pieper at the moment. Can you hit that last pit stop and stretch the fuel to the end?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to probably stretch it a little farther here right now as far as it'll go and hope to catch a yellow. I think if I do get a yellow there, then it's only, 7 cars in the lead lap? I think I may just fix all the damage and try to race it out. But, yeah, unfortunate. I cost myself another one. I think had I not done that, I at least would have had a chance to race it out with Justin. He's flying, but I was really conservative there for the first 50 laps and just hanging right with them. So
you definitely were. We saw you, especially late in the run. You were really running everybody down.
Yeah, I told the guys here I wish we would have had about 60, 70 laps of fuel, but I don't think some of the guys would have made it. They were saying 35% on tires. So
that is some major tire wear.
I don't know what they're doing. I was at 67. So
wow. Well, man, great job. Good job holding on to it and keeping that gap. And good luck. Hopefully you'll make it to the end here.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thanks.
Oh, word from Colby Whipple is everybody is willing to be interviewed under green. Boy, this could get interesting. Justin Swafford is out front at the moment. Ironically, Swafford not available for an interview. Swafford is definitely the class of the field tonight. Tyler Ont briefly had a connection problem. He is back, still in 5th place. But Edmund Jones is right there with Cody Kennedy was having the connection issue, and we have lost Kennedy. Hopefully Cody will. Yeah, Cody is headed back out on track just now. But all the way back to 11th, Brian Hewitt is in for his stop. And we will be seeing green flag stops here in a few laps. So let's get one more driver. See if we can get a word with Patrick Pieper. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, how you doing, Doug?
I'm doing good, man. And not the race I expected to see from you early on. You were out front and holding on up front.
Yeah, it was going well at first, but the problem that I had was I just never did a practice run with my setup, and I chose to do 14-1 on the steering ratio. And it's good for, the first 10 laps, but after the first 10 laps, it just really sucks in 3 and 4. And you have to just rotate, you have to turn the wheel just a crap load to get it to go through. And it just kills the tires, because every stop I've had, I've been around 40% on the right front.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just eating up tires, so it's not going too well. But, I'll be all right with 4th, but it's not really what I was hoping for after getting pole, but it's all good.
How is the right rear tire, where obviously 1 and 2, 3 and 4 is eating the right front, but 1 and 2, I imagine, is doing a little damage to that right rear.
The right rear is not that bad. My right rear was at 87 last pit stop, and like I said, it was at 39 on the inside on the right front and 45 in the middle. So
that's not too terrible. Well,
the right front's terrible. The right rear, I just hit the wall.
Oh, yeah, you're in the wall.
Yeah, I was just checking out changing something on my fuel on accident. So this gave Tyler a free second or so on me.
Well, he's about 8 seconds back, but man, good luck, and hopefully you make it to the end where you're at. Man, it has definitely been an unexpected race tonight.
Like I said, it's a whole new experience for us coming to this track. I bought it last week, but I really enjoy it. Hopefully someday we can do the road course, so I got a better shot.
That you do, man. Good luck, buddy.
All right, take care, Doug.
Patrick Pieper in 8th and 4th. Good evening, Runa. Swafford's lead is now 7.5 seconds. He has lapped Edmund Jones. Sets his sights on Tyler Ott. Only 5 cars left on the lead lap. What an interesting and unexpected race the Motegi Oval has been tonight. No cautions as yet. A few drivers hitting the turn 2 wall. And of course, some excitement going to pit road as well. Before they hit their final stops here, track temp now up to 83 degrees. Remember, it was 77 in practice. The race started at 81 degrees, now up to 83, which is going to impact that tire wear. And speaking of track temperatures, next week, the Nowski Nation goes to Iowa to do a little short tracking. Rumor has it the temperature will be very high. The track will be hot and greasy. That won't be chaos at all. Colby Whipple is on pit road. This should be his final stop. He is cutting it right there on the edge, 33 laps from the finish. If Swafford stays on schedule, the leader will be in this time. No, Swafford stays out. He's going to stretch it one more lap. Richie Joplin choosing to stay out. Clay Kirchenbauer choosing to stay out. Now the question is, Edmund Jones, Tyler Ott, and Austin Ruskoff, those three drivers have been staying out longer than everybody else. Can they make something of this pit strategy? Justin Swafford's lead now 8 seconds. He does not want to see that caution flag fly here tonight. After they complete pit stops, I am going to try and talk to the rookie in the field. Austin Ruskoff currently running in 7th place after starting in 12th. Clay Kirchenbauer on pit road for his final stop. Will he be able to get enough of the car fixed to make up some ground here? Patrick Pieper is on pit road. Swafford staying out again. Richie Joplin continues. No, Richie is coming in. We'll keep an eye on Richie's time on pit road. That was the second latest pit road entry we have seen tonight. Austin Ruskoff obviously had the fastest or the latest pit road entry last time by, and it definitely showed in his time on pit road. Richie Joplin in, Tyler Ott now in. Edmund Jones staying out. Expect him to stay out a few more laps here. Or will he try and get the fresh rubber and get back out? Now this is where we have seen issues tonight right off pit road. Several drivers have had problems. On cold tires, Edmund is on pit road. Swafford is rolling off pit road as Richie Joplin crosses the start-finish line just ahead of Austin Ruskoff. Well, welcome back, Tina. Clay Kirchenbauer currently in 4th. Pieper in 5th, but 3rd place Ruskoff has not been to pit road yet. And Richie Joplin did have the fastest time on pit road. From the start of pit road to the end of pit road, including his pit stop, he was over half a second faster than everybody else. However, that only got him to about 7.5 seconds behind the leader. And Ruskoff is continuing to stay out. He has got to be hoping that a caution comes out. One of these guys on cold tires slamming the wall. That would definitely put him in the best position. By the way, Richie Joplin gained 1/10 of a second on the leader last time. Austin Ruskoff in third. Clay Kirchenbauer in fourth. Fresher Tires closing the distance. And Austin is definitely shifting. We knew on the long run a lot of these drivers would be shifting through 3 and 4. Austin Ruskoff continuing to stretch the laps as 25 laps to go here. I'm not sure how much further he can actually go. And now he's coming in with that very late pit road entry. And nails it. As our leader just went past 8th place, Edmund Jones again. While we're waiting on Ruskoff, let's see if we can get a word with 2nd place, Richie Joplin. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Hey, has definitely been an interesting night, but I forgot to tell you last week, that is a beautiful car.
Thank you. Whipple done it for me. I asked him to do this paint scheme. This track is different. I got damaged, so I'm doing the best I can to finish where I'm finishing.
Well, you've ran up in the top 3 all night. Obviously a great points night. With Austin Hakes using a drop night tonight and you coming home 2nd, you may take the points lead.
I might. I would like to let a lap, but I didn't want to take a chance of staying out longer. So I just do what I can do right now.
Well, it's been a good run. You've kept Clay behind you. Reeled in Swafford at a few different points, but just can't get any big dent into that gap.
No, he's got it. He got it in front of me. I used up my tires up at the start of the race. I should have saved just a little bit more, but I'm not a good tire saver. So.
Well, I'd say you're doing okay tonight, keeping everybody behind you, man. A great run so far. Great job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Richie Joplin sits in 2nd, and now we'll get a word with the rookie, Austin Ruskoff, in 6th place. Austin, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, you're the rookie in the field tonight and flying by some of these great drivers. You're having one heck of a night.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really know what to expect when getting in here. I was talking to Pat, and Pat's like, "Hey, you want to join?" And I said, "Sure. I'm free tonight, so I'll give it a shot." And he kept telling me how fast these guys were, and these guys are pretty quick. I mean, I'm just trying to learn from them. I've never raced this track. This is my first time on it.
Seems that's a common story tonight, but the guys that haven't been on it before seem to be doing really, really well. And I have to say, your fuel strategy really caught us by surprise. You've been able to go further than anybody.
Yeah, that's really my only shot here, is just try to save fuel and try to make it to the end here. I think I'm good, but it's gonna be close if this thing stays green.
I have to tell you another interesting fact. your pit lane time, you have the shortest pit lane time tonight of anybody. Due to that, you forgot to turn down into, and you had to make that jump across the track through turn 4, down onto the apron. Man, that was an impressive move to not wreck or cause a wreck.
Yeah, I was actually ready to pit that time, and then I saw the guys behind me, and I shoved the nose. So I was like, oh, let the one guy go by. And then all of a sudden there was another guy. I was like, I might miss pit lane, but I need to pit here quick.
Well, you made it work, man. A great job and a great run for a rookie here tonight. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
The rookie obviously happy to be here tonight. "17 laps to go. Justin Swafford way out front. Richie in second. Clay back to third. Pieper in fourth. Tyler Ott has been moving up all night into the top 5. Hey, Tyler, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you.
I have to ask, man, we saw in the last couple of runs, you've been able to close a big gap on Patrick Pieper. With 16 laps to go, do you have anything left?
I don't know if I do. I think I'm just running out of laps here, and I do got a nice long run here, but I don't think I'll get them.
I have to say, man, your long run speed has been impressive tonight. You have been one of the guys that just about halfway through the run, when everybody else is falling back, you just start moving forward through them.
Yeah, I've been trying to save tires a lot early in the runs and just not slip them in the corners.
Well, it has definitely been paying off, man. Up into the top 5 here tonight. A great, looking like a great finish.
Yeah, I've had some bad luck this season so far, so it's going to be a good night to have a nice top 5.
Oh, definitely turn things around, man. Great run tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Tyler Ott looks like he's going to come home 5th. Austin Ruskoff does have the freshest tires right now. And he is in 6th place, but he is 18 seconds back from Ott. And Swafford is just counting down laps. Cody Kennedy did just come off of pit road, has fresh tires, getting one of his laps back from Swafford. Obviously, Cody had that connection issue earlier, has done a great job fighting back so far. Might still have a shot at a top 10 finish, but he is going to make up 11.5 seconds in 13 laps. That's going to be tough. Swafford has dominated the field all night long, an 8.2 second lead. He is just counting down the laps. He did stretch it. In fact, most of these drivers stretched it to at least lap 100 to make sure they had the fuel to the end. The only driver I really question is Colby Whipple. Does he have enough? Hey, Colby, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Do you have enough fuel to go the distance?
I think I'm 2 or 3 laps down. I might run out when Justin crosses the green, but I also think I'm the only one on this lap, so if I have to coast 50 miles an hour for half a lap, should be okay.
Well, man, it's definitely been an interesting race for you. You were moving up early, and then suddenly it looked like you just lost all momentum and started falling.
Man, on like lap 20, I was running really tight with Trevor, and we came off of turn 2, and I was right on his ass, just trying to push him down the straight, and I wrecked him. And so that ruined his race, and then I let a lot of guys pass me there, trying to slow up. And it just kind of started a bunch, and then a little bit ago I went into turn 3, where you have to slow down to like 110,
Yeah.
and I went through it like 1 and 2, where you're going like 140 and just plow into the wall. So yeah, I got like 5 minutes of damage right now. I'm just limping to the end, just hoping to, I think there's only 14 guys in the track today, and I'm just trying to get a top 10. I'll be stoked with that.
Well, man, it looks like you've got that pretty well locked up. A great run tonight, Colby.
Yeah, could be better, could be worse. My first time, like almost everyone else here at this track, and honestly, I'm loving it. I'm excited to come back here eventually. How different each corner is. Makes you focus more than almost any other track I've ran. So it's fun, but man, not how I wanted this day to go.
Obviously not, man. Good luck. A great run so far, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Colby Whipple, obviously listening to the broadcast. We've mentioned it in the past. If you have a favorite driver, make sure you drop in the comments. When we interview them, you hear a lot of them in the back. You'll hear that in the background, although it's awfully disturbing to me to hear my own voice. It's awesome to know they are listening. They love to hear things like Matt Moniak cheering on Richie Joplin, who currently runs in second. Trevor Sotheby back in 12th. Hewitt holds on to 13th. Blakey Pooh out early. Cody Kennedy had that connection issue earlier. Wow, Moniak is really happy tonight. Kennedy had that connection issue earlier, lost a ton of ground, currently in 11th, but he is running down the 10th place car. Swafford has increased his lead even further, now 10.5 seconds over Richie. Five laps to go. Mike Brown, one of the two biggest movers in the field here tonight. Let's see if we can talk to him right quick. Hey, Mike, it's Doug. You got me? Mike, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, man, you've had a pretty good night. Already picking up 4 spots. You're up there in 7th, but more importantly, you're not falling off like some of these other drivers. It has really paid off on these long runs.
Oh, it has. I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
That seems to be the best move of the night, just keeping it out of trouble, and you keep going forward.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Well, it is definitely paying off tonight, man. Just a few laps left to go. Another great finish tonight, Mike. Congrats.
Thank you, Doug.
Mike Brown currently sitting in 7th place. Cody Kennedy has taken 10th. What a run he has had. He is actually closing on 9th place Whipple, but he's 59 seconds behind. It's no, he's not going to catch him. Justin Swafford coming around. His spotter will tell him 2 laps to go next time by. Swafford has dominated this race, has led the most laps, has kept the car clean and out of trouble. Out of turn 4, Swafford sees Barney waving the white flag one more time around. He has a 12.5-second lead, and we can safely say it now. He has a 12.5-second lead in the first ever Nowski race. To go green to checkers, there will not be a caution. First time it has happened in Nowski Nation history, and Justin Swafford will pull off the win. The first time they go to Motegi. A lot of firsts tonight, but this is not a first. Swafford wins. Richie Joplin pulls off second place. Despite damage to the car, Clay Kirchenbauer is in the wall. In 3 and 4. Pieper gained a little time, but it won't be enough. Kirchenbauer comes home in 3rd. Let's talk to our top 3. Clay, a great podium finish and a great points night.
Yeah, I'll take it after stepping onto there early, but you know, you'll have that from time to time. And then be a good race car driver. So
that is definitely the case, and man, problems, but you held on, you kept it consistent, and more importantly, you stayed out of trouble. So it came down to it, and well on your way to another title.
yeah, I hope so. I think I just got to get there, be smart, get as many points as we got, or as I can get, and go from there. Shout out to Nails Skateboarding, skateonnails.com.
All right, buddy, great job.
Appreciate it.
Clay comes home in 3rd. Richie Joplin coming home in 2nd. Richie, another podium finish, but more importantly, even with that drop race Austin Hakes is using, I do think you will take the points lead tonight.
That's pretty cool. Good win, Justin. I just got damaged at the start. Didn't save my tire. I was still kind of not real good about saving tires. But first time running this track, I'll take a second.
You know, I can really teach you how to save tires if you go trucking with me.
Okay.
Man, a great job tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for broadcasting these races for us.
My pleasure, bud. Richie comes home in 2nd. Just waiting for Oh, there's Swafsky. Swafford, you don't get many races you dominate like that. Swafsky?
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I got you now, buddy. Man, you don't get a whole lot of races you dominate like that, especially when you're driving a Ford.
Yeah, I know it's pretty unusual to see me in a Ford, but yeah, I mean, slowly but surely, man, iRacing's been coming out with updates for my wheel. So lately, I've been able to feel a lot more than I used to. So driving these things are a lot more fun now.
Yeah, it's actually a little disgusting seeing you in a Ford, if I'm honest. But You still come home with a really, really dominant win and your first win of the season and a big points night too.
Yeah, I was actually keeping my eye on the relative there and watching Richie behind me. I wasn't sure if he was, playing it safe for a little bit, trying to save fuel or whatnot. He was catching me for a little bit, but eventually I just found that line and just took off.
Well, that line worked perfectly. You're going to have to show it to me at some point. But, man, that was an awesome, dominant win the first time at a track. And, hey, you get a lot of the first tonight because you get the win the first time here and you win the first ever Nowski race to go green to checkers.
Hey, I'll take that all day. I appreciate it, man. That was an awesome race. Everyone raced good out there.
Well, great job tonight. Congrats on the win, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Justin Swafford wins in the first ever race at Motegi and the first ever green to checker, no caution Nowski race. Also worth noting that he who we don't speak of came home in 11th, but he finished. Great job to all the drivers. A great run tonight. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to come back 7 Eastern tomorrow night. We will have home motorsports followed by the HDSAI community convoy. A lot of great fun, and you never know when I might pop up back in the race car. Potentially tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see you guys soon. Have a great night, everybody.